Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Permanent Vacation, 2007. This is going to be another David Carradine movie towards the last years of his life. I hated this flick. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. It's supposed to be a black comedy. I didn't think it was funny. There's a lot of penis jokes and stuff like that. It's about this chubby Brit guy. It looks like his knees are all scraped up. Don't ask me why. He's got this family, a daughter and a son, and a horny wife. Um, she has this fantasy about Brazilians and dwarves and stuff. She likes to read porn at the dinner table. So it starts out at the end, I guess, because some crazy guys keeps asking, when are we going to get out of here, Eric? His name is Eric, by the way. And it's very confusing editing at the beginning because there's no clear break there. You sort of figure it out towards the end, sort of. The ending doesn't make any sense either. But Eric is ordered to take vacation time from HR at his job because he keeps working every day, sort of like my job. I'm like working 2 jobs every day and very little paid time off. Only paid time off I take is with my son, who's sitting over there watching DuckTales. I'm at Starbucks in San Mateo again. It's probably going to rain pretty soon. Little sprinkles. But anyways, so he decides to go camping in Florida. At first they're kind of bummed because they don't like the idea of camping, but then they get excited when they hear Florida, and they get this Cadillac with hydraulics from this shady looking guy. Meanwhile, there's a crazy detective played by Michael Bowen, and he's just spouting a bunch of nonsense about capitalism and all this Marxist nonsense. I know it's Marxist nonsense because David Carradine represents Karl Marx in this one, and the director's wearing a Che Guevara T-shirt in the bonus features. So there's a lot of that. Michael Bowen talks about race riots, stuff like that. Just inane nonsense that you'd expect from somebody like Godard is in this movie. So, yeah, it wasn't very funny. The souped up Cadillac was pretty funny, but other than that, the rest of the movie wasn't at all funny. The souped up Cadillac was kind of funny, but not that much. Kind of reminded me of Emmett Walsh in another David Carradine flick called Big Stan. But this one was much worse because it tried to be funny and it wasn't funny. So I guess the basic plot, if you call it that, is everything can go wrong, will go wrong during this guy's vacation, which is kind of similar to I guess it's based on a book, and the writer of the book had not as extreme experience with going on vacations, but it was definitely horrible for him. So he wrote a book on it, and it was made into this movie, which is a total piece of crap. So they get there, and the cabin's all run down. He has to fix it up. His son wants to go back to being primitive, which is kind of ties into the Marxist theme, I guess. No money, just living like a caveman. And then the daughter is like a born-again Baptist, so it's sort of like my friend up there in Seattle. She keeps telling my son what to do. She was his godmother at one point up until he got baptized. She wasn't around, so I got my former coworker to be his godmother. But now she's acting more like a stepmother, although she doesn't want to get intimate with me or go much beyond seeing me every holiday, which is how my son saw me flirting with her last Christmas. But anyways, so she's kind of portrayed as a Jesus freak. She gets naked on a cross, which kind of doesn't make sense. I mean, if you're a Jesus freak, why would you get naked on a cross? She says she's exposing her body to God or Christ or something, which doesn't, again, makes no sense. She's only got her hair covering her breasts. The only real nudity you see in this one is the mother's porno magazines that she's reading. And there's no blood or gore, really. It's just a bunch of camera stills with an axe almost hitting the guys. And I'll get to that later, but really, really bad movie in every way you can imagine. I think it gets a low 3-point-something rating on IMDb, 3-point-something out of 10. So, yeah. This is one of the worst movies of all time. Long list, according to one Netflix reviewer, keeps posting the same thing on every single one of these movies. And some of them are true, some of them not so true. But yeah, so they have this Hispanic couple. Later we find out that they're chopping off people's heads and using them like the amazing not the amazing transplant. I'm thinking of a Doris Wishman movie, but was it a 50s movie that I'm thinking about? The B movie. My ex-wife used to have the T-shirt for it, or the movie poster for it. Sorry, can't think of it off the top of my head, but the amazing head transplant or something like that. Yeah, they got that going on there in the woods, and there's this annoying stutterer guy. He's kind of cross-eyed. He looks like he's albino or some weird kind of white black guy. I don't know. He's got curly hair, but he looks white, and he's cross-eyed and he stutters a lot. So there's that guy. He's kind of running the little mini mart store where the dude buys postcards. I didn't understand the ending where Eric just goes psycho and starts killing all the young people according to David Carradine's Marxist philosophy, which again doesn't make any sense. So I guess David Carradine is supposed to be the philosopher, and then similar to Karl Marx, and then Eric is the one who, played by Frank Harper, is the one who carries out David Carradine's anti-youth philosophy by killing all of them, which is, I guess, similar to Marxism in the sense that Marx advocates violence as a means for government coercion, I should say. So I don't get the analogy there, but there's some kind of analogy going on, and that's about it. I mean, like I said, I didn't really understand the ending. I hated this movie. I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. Can't recommend it. I'm not going to post the trailer in the description box. I can't say check it out. So that's the end of my review. Another disappointing David